Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's 10 o'clock. It is September 5th, Labor Day 2022, and the rain held off for the most part. We had a fairly partly sunny sky, more clouds than yesterday, which actually helped keep it a little cooler, especially toward the afternoon. Right now, you can see we're kind of in the clouds, and we have rain coming. Actually went to Jones Beach. We have videos coming of the bus ride that'll come later tonight, and as well as I wanted to make it to Jones Beach before the bus service stopped. You can see there's the ocean. It was a little bit rough, actually. Some pretty big waves. So I don't know, the surf's been kicking up something there. But it was pretty. It was pretty, and it was nice, and I enjoyed it. And it was a nice breeze there as well. So let's go take a look at our current conditions outside right now. We go to the weather and hazards map, and yes, California. We're going to talk about that a little bit toward the end there, but let's talk about our weather right now. We do have a flood watch in effect. Yes, we're going to get some rain finally, and some good, a good steady rain that we're gonna see. So, looking right now at the temperatures, you'll see temperatures generally looks like they're in the mid 70s. Generally speaking, 77, 75, 76 at Islip. So we're in the mid 70s, but if you throw the dew points in there, it's pretty humid. We have dew points in the low 70s as well. Of course, in the alley, yeah, it's like 78. So a little bit warmer in the alley, of course, as it always is. So generally mid 70s. Probably New Jersey also in the mid 70s. Dew points in the low 70s as well. So let's take a look at what our highs were today. And there were showers all to our north. So we'll look at that as well. You'll see here that we had highs generally in the mid 80s today, so a little cooler than yesterday. That fortunately, and especially as you got toward the South Shore, it was much cooler. Even Jersey also generally in the mid 70s. Definitely more with the clouds and more of a breeze. Definitely helped keep the temperatures down quite a bit. Let's go take a look at our precipitation here, because some stations to our north actually did get some rain today. So let's move this up to midnight. And you should see here that to our north, some stations got quite a bit of rain there. Over an inch in certain areas. There was some pretty heavy showers and thunderstorms that were training over those areas. If we go to the Ventu sky and we do the radar rewind and we pull this back to the afternoon, you can still see it's raining over there right now. So we have a lot of that rain. They're getting a lot of rain up there. And hopefully we'll get into that. You can see it's been raining in those areas quite a bit. New England, too, looks like they've been getting in on some rain, too. So this is all going to slowly, there were a couple of showers in the North Shore, but this is all going to slowly sink into our area, and we're finally going to see some of that much-needed rain that we need so much. And we certainly do need that rain quite badly. Let's go back to the latest station plot here, and we're going to look at what's going on in California again, because the heat there is incredible. Let's see what's going on over there. Yep, incredible heat. Another brutal day again. Looks like 102 in Bakersfield. Inland is very hot, but if you're right at the shore, but even that, Napa County Airport, 99 degrees still at this hour. And take a look and see what they got up to today. Look at that. Oh, my God. 111. That's insane. So there are a lot of records set, a lot of all-time records being broken, I think. It's really quite incredible. I have to talk about it in every weather update because it is really just incredible. Look at Burbank, 100 degrees, dew point 65. So that's quite humid for 100 degrees. It's got to feel absolutely brutal there. And let's see what they got up to today. They got up into looks like the mid-100s again today. So, yeah, this is absolutely insane. And at night, it's not going below the 80s. So that's incredible and very humid, too, as well. So just really just crazy weather going on there in that whole California area. Absolutely nuts. And this extends all the way up. You can see all the way up here in the inland areas. But if you're on the shore, especially further north, you do get some relief. Catalina was probably brutal again today, I'm sure, as well. We'll have to see. We'll have to look at Catalina as well. But this is incredible. And you can see all these red flag warnings in effect all the way up here. At least as you get into the Pacific Northwest, it's a little cooler. But the air's very dry. Everything's dried out, and you got to watch out for brush fires and stuff like that. So let's close this up. Looking at the California, you can see here, record temperatures set record on Labor Day here, and there are concerns that the power grid may fail. So this is also a major issue as well. Dangerous heat blasted Northern California. All right, this is Northern California. Already set a record-breaking 114 degrees at Sacramento. That beat a daily record of 108 set in 1988 and a September record of 109. The all-time record is 115 degrees. So they came really close to breaking that. This is just incredible stuff that's going on there in California, and it's just part of the climate emergency that we are in. As we are all blinded by the huge xenon lights on a pickup truck, as I was tonight walking down. Some guy just had his pickup truck just idling, blasting those big lights at all the people walking by. It was pretty inconsiderate, but yeah, they're the ones that are destroying the planet. You don't need so rolling blackouts possible. So this is the concern in California. Be glad you're not in California. It's really becoming unlivable there. That's all I got to say. So let's get back to our weather here, and I do want to talk about the tropics as well. So let's get that over with as well here. And let me show you the MODIS satellite as well, so you can see the tropics. Here is Danielle. Look at her. Look at how far north she is. My gosh, that is incredible to see a storm that far north. And then here's Earl right here, Tropical Storm Earl, getting itself together here as well. And then this here, you see, is all wildfire smoke here. You can see it looks like there's been a little less of it coming from Oregon, but you can see it's drifting. We may wind up getting into some of this smoke. I don't know, it might wind up making into our area or not. I'm not sure. But we'll talk about that more, I think, tomorrow or Wednesday with everything else going on. You can see it's just, yeah, this is a lot. You still see all these fires going on here. I believe that's Oregon. Yeah, that's actually Oregon. Yep. So it's, and it looks like that's Wyoming. So Wyoming too. Yeah, this is insane. Look at how far north it goes, all the way up to Hudson Bay. That's pretty crazy right there. But let's get back to what's going on in the tropics now. And we have Hurricane Danielle. Or let's go to the official NHC site. So we'll go to Hurricane Danielle first. This is the map for Danielle. And again, looks like it's trying to head toward the United Kingdom here on this map. And it's going to stay a hurricane for quite a while. You can see that right there. So let's read the latest public advisory on Hurricane Danielle. And I think maybe we're seeing some effects. The ocean was really kicked up today. So Danielle forecast to slowly weaken through midweek. As of 9 p.m., its location is 41.1 north, 43.2 west, about 885 miles west-northwest of the Azores. Maximum sustained winds 85 miles an hour. That is quite remarkable for a hurricane at that latitude. Present movement north-northeast at 30 miles an hour. North-northeast 30 degrees is its movement at 9 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure 976 millibars, 28.82 inches. And it is max sustained winds are a slow weekend is expecting. Max sustained winds again near 85 miles an hour. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 25 miles from the center. And tropical storm force winds extend out to 140 miles from the center. And like I said, that eye looks pretty damn big. So let's go take a look at Danielle on the satellite imagery right now. We're going to take a look at Danielle first on the infrared here. This is the infrared satellite. And you can see here, again, that it looks like it has a pretty big eye right there. Very big eye. And we can go to the true color zoomed out as well. So there you go. You get a little bit of it, look at it during the day. I would like to look at that thing. I mean, that is incredible for so far north. This is Newfoundland over here, all right? So that is insane right there to see a hurricane that far north at that strength. And that's because of those warm waters. We were talking about that last night. We can also go and look. We can use this as well if you want to take a look at storms here. We'll go to Danielle, and we can change this. This will give you a little more of a loop, and I can actually, well, you can get it gives you a little more of a loop. You get to see a little bit of it during the day there. Look at that. Still good convection going. Still a healthy storm for so far north. That is quite remarkable. So next, let's go to Earl. That's the next one. And this is Earl, and luckily Earl will stay out to sea as well. Though it's going to become a major hurricane and go just east of Bermuda right now. And it's going to stay, look how far north it stays a major hurricane, again, because of those warm water temperatures. All right, and this is going to be, this one could set records. It's going to be a big storm, but luckily it stays out in the ocean. But, man, that's pretty incredible. So let's take a look at the satellite image for Earl. If we can. Where's the tropical tidbits? What did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. All right, so let's go take a look at Earl next. And, oh, yeah, I almost forgot the models here again. I mean, I already showed them to you. But you can see it could head into the United Kingdom. It's in a very unusual location. The models don't quite want to know what to do with Danielle. It's very weird. But let's get to Earl right now. So let's go to Hurricane Earl. Tropical Storm Earl, soon to be Hurricane Earl, because look at that. That's pretty healthy there. Look at all that convection. Wow, that's really nice, healthy storm right there. Very nice, healthy storm. All right, and we can also go in here and look at the latest on Earl. So let's read the latest on Earl. Earl is now moving northward, expected to become a hurricane later this week. As of 5 p.m., location 22.2 north, 65.2 west, 265 miles north of St. Thomas, 700 miles south of Bermuda. Maximum sustained wind 65 miles an hour. I think could be a hurricane by tomorrow, I think. Present movement north at 6 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure 998 millibars. And tropical storm force winds extend out up to 105 miles from the center. So, yeah, incredible storm right there. And this one's going to become a major, major hurricane as well. So let's go take a look at Earl on the other satellite loop. We're going to change this to Earl. So, yeah, you can see Earl's definitely, yeah, look at that. Nice outflow right there. That is a nice outflow right there. Look at that. That is a storm that is going to be undergoing some pretty quick intensification. So I think this thing is a hurricane tomorrow. I think you can count on that. We'll be talking about Hurricane Earl tomorrow night on tomorrow night's weather update. The rate things are going, that is pretty remarkable right there. And again, if we look at the models for Earl, let's see. All right, so we're looking at Earl here. Let's go and back this up, and we'll look at the models for Earl. And you'll see, again, look at this. Keeps it right over that really warm water that we were talking about last night. So that thing, the only place it can go is up as far as strength goes. But luckily it stays out to sea. But I think it's going to kick up the surf. We're definitely going to see some effects from it. Look at that. So that is impressive right there. This thing's going to probably become at least a Category 3, if not a 4. Maybe even a 5. Who knows? You know, the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we're not done yet. We got to go to the next one here. Let's go to K. Now we got to talk about K. I know, in the Pacific. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Let's move it to the Pacific now. K is now a hurricane. All right. K is now a hurricane. And this is the cone right now. And it could impact parts of Baja California. You know, considering the water's warm over there too. You know, public advisory. K, located at 15.9 north. 107.8 west, 315 miles southwest of Montezanillo, Mexico, and about 505 miles from the southeast of the southern tip of the Baja. 80 mile an hour maximum sustained winds. This thing's moving west-northwest at 10 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure 980 millibars. And we'll get into more details on that one tomorrow night. But yeah, incredible this storm here. So we got a lot going on in the tropics. But let's now talk about our weather and what we're going to have coming, because we do have some rain finally coming our way, and it's courtesy of this very slow-moving cold front that is a low pressure is going to ride along it and really enhance the rainfall tomorrow, and then it slowly dries out Wednesday, especially into Thursday, Friday, into next weekend. Looks pretty good with that high pressure right over us. All right, but the good news is we're getting some rain. Let's go look at the HRRR right now. At the 0Z run of the HRRR, and you'll get to see this rain that we're going to be. So the rain moves in probably sometime in the morning rush tomorrow, and it's with us most of the day. Some showers, thunderstorms, and maybe it tapers off a little bit to more scattered activity by late afternoon to the evening, but there's still going to be showers around. And then we finally, even Wednesday, it's going to linger a little bit into even part of Wednesday. and maybe we can finally dry it out later by Wednesday evening. But yeah, this thing's going to linger. It's a slow mover, and it's going to soak us, and that is exactly what we need. And if we look at the HRRR rainfall here, total accumulated rainfall, you'll see, well, it depends on where these showers move. Sometimes you'll see 2 inches. Sometimes it'll be closer to 1 inch. But it looks like, again, it looks like a good soaking on this, which is exactly what we need. And we're going to look at some of the other models when it comes to precipitation too, including the FE3 high res, which only goes out to 0.68 Wednesday. But you could see also that, again, a lot of us get at least 1 inch of rain out of this as well. NAM, we only have so much of the 0Z NAM. But we can look at the NAM 3 kilometer. And yeah, it's actually a little less optimistic than we were hoping for. But it depends on where these showers hit, and that's the wild card that I just can't predict. But if we look at a lower resolution model like the GFS, you will see here that it does give us definitely at least 1 inch, 1 to 2 inches of rain out of it. So we'll get a good soaker. It's not a drought buster, but it's going to put a pretty sizable dent in the drought at least, and get some water into the ground for all these trees that are struggling right now. So let's go back to the HRRR model, and we will go back to the 0Z run here, and we will go ahead and look at our humidity and temperatures, wind flow, that kind of stuff, because obviously the humidity is going to stick around. South winds, dew points pretty high. Humidity is going to stick around. Winds become more east, and they're going to actually pick up in strength because this low is going to form offshore, and that's going to bring more of a northeast flow in and an east flow on Wednesday. Which will lower the dew point somewhat, but one thing's for sure, with the clouds around, it's going to stay cool. Tomorrow, we'll probably see highs only in the mid to upper 70s, and then for Wednesday, even cooler, probably highs only in the low 70s, low to mid 70s, if we get that high. Again, so it's going to stay cool with that, and then as we get later on in the week, when we move this away and we start getting some sunshine, our temperatures will recover a little bit, upper 70s. Thursday, Friday, we're back to in the low 80s, and then the weekend looks pretty warm, mid 80s, Saturday and Sunday. Looking at the dew points, you'll see those dew points again. Here's the GFS. You see that easterly wind too. We're going to get some pretty sizable easterly winds too with this. You see the dew points really start dropping on Thursday and Friday before slowly rising on the weekend. But it still doesn't look too humid. Now let's go to the skies. We'll get the skies out of the way first. Obviously, tomorrow cloudy, Wednesday mostly cloudy, but Thursday we'll start seeing the sun come out. I think we'll be mostly sunny by the afternoon. And then Friday looks really nice, mostly sunny. And Saturday could be really nice too, even though it'll be warmer, and then we'll see more clouds on Sunday. Not even going to look at the RGEM at this point. Well, if you look at a few more models here, regards to the wind here. So let's go to the wind at, yeah, we can use this one. That's fine. Just show you the wind here, because the winds are going to be up. We might have a little coastal flooding with those winds, especially with the, again, with that storm offshore. You know, it could kick up the surf a little bit. We're seeing that already today at the beach, and you'll see it in the video again later tonight. Lastly, we'll go to the windy.com and use the waves feature, and I'm going to use the GFS for the waves, so you can see that the waves will pick up a little bit here, I think, tomorrow. Let's see what we got here. Doesn't look too bad, actually. All right, so yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you see here we are Wednesday. It picks up a little bit along the Jersey Shore. That's the GFS. What about the EC, the European model? All right, not too bad. But I saw a little bit of rough surf at the beach, so it'll be a little rough. But the main story is going to be the rain that we need so desperately. But that's going to wrap up this weather update. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.